Now let's talk about the supercar killer, the former supercar killer, the Nissan GTR. Now, the Nissan GTR is a legend. Why? Because it came out. It came out a long time ago, but I'm talking about the recent versions, the ones in the later 2000s. The Nissan GTR, which had 480 horsepower and was priced under 60 grand US. Now that car was a legend because it directly competed with supercars but at an affordable price. It was the first of its kind, honestly. A car that could compete with supercars, but most people could actually afford to buy one, which was insane back then. Plus, the engine was fantastic. That engine had the ability to be modified, and you could create more power from the V6 engine, which was awesome. Now, obviously, modified engines, the power output depends on how much you tune it. So I don't know what the limits are, but it was pretty high. And what is the future of the GTR? Now, the recent versions of the GTR, the regular ones, they have 570 something horsepower, which is a good number, but the other supercars are going way ahead. The power numbers are increased, and in order for the GTR to compete, it needs to be more powerful. And that's where the rumors of the future GTR come into play. Now, apparently, Nissan is thinking of turning the GTR into a hybrid. But don't worry, it's not, they're not downsizing the cylinders or anything. It's still going to be a V6, but it could potentially be a V6 with an electric motor from another Nissan car or something. And it's rumored to have a combined output of over 700, maybe 800 horsepower, with the electric motors potentially powering the front wheels. And that would bring it right back. I mean, 800 horsepower from a GTR at a reasonable price, that could seriously bring them back in the game, because right now they're lagging behind, because the other supercars are already crossing 800,000. That's the new kind of benchmark everyone's focused on. I mean, that's the benchmark even the performance SUVs are trying to focus on. So yeah, they need this. And yeah, that could be a great car, but I just wish that they would maybe make the V6 a bit more powerful. I don't know. Maybe they could tune it and increase the power and make it even more powerful, and that would be awesome. I mean, from what modifications show, the engine has potential, so the manufacturer could do it, but they have to put a lot of work into it. So we have to wait and see for that. And maybe a redesign. I mean, the Nissan GTR, when it came out, the design was awesome. It looked really good and unique, but now the designs update has been similar to what it's always been. It's more like a little polishing here and there, and now the design, in my opinion, looks a little too old. I think it's time for a redesign. Maybe make the car a little sharper, still keep it beefy, obviously, keep the, looking huge, but maybe some angles or something, I don't know, but the design needs a refresh. And if it comes out with a combined 800 horsepower engine, that would be insane. And a reasonable price, obviously, because the price can't go up too much. Then if it comes too close to the supercars, then yeah, it will be hard to compete. The Nissan's GTR's key selling point has always been the price. It was the affordable supercar, which is something that the new Corvette has seemed to have taken inspiration from, because that's what the new Corvette is seen by everyone as, the affordable supercar, and that seriously competes with supercars. So I think the Nissan GTR should take some inspiration with the Corvette and go in that direction, in terms of design at least. And yeah, we could have ourselves a huge hit, which would be a great for the Nissan brand image, because Nissan's been really quiet lately. I mean, everyone knows the GTR, but even the GTR name has become a little quiet in these days. So a factory set 800 horsepower GTR, that would really bring the nameplate back in a big way, and I really hope it happens. And with an updated design, maybe some new tech or something, and yeah, we could have ourselves a huge hit here. I mean, there's always a market for supercars. There's always going to be a market for supercars, as long as the cars are really good and the price is reasonable compared to the competition. People will buy it, and that was the success of the Corvette, the C8 Corvette, the Z06. It had all the specs of a true supercar, and the price was reasonable. Now the price apparently aftermarket seem to be going up, but that's a whole other thing. Still, Nissan could follow that formula and create a fantastic car, and let's hope and wait for that to happen.